Have you ever wondered why some brands seem to skyrocket out of nowhere, completely disrupting the marketplace? It's a phenomenon we've all observed, and it's not by chance. It's a calculated, bold move known as disruptive marketing. Disruptive marketing, as the name suggests, is all about shaking things up. It's about challenging the status quo, breaking the rules, and forging a new path. But what exactly sets it apart from traditional marketing strategies? Traditional marketing is like a well-choreographed dance. It's predictable, following a set pattern and rhythm. Brands position themselves within existing markets, vying for their share of the pie. They use tried and tested methods to reach their target audience, and their strategies are often based on what has worked in the past. But disruptive marketing? Picture a maverick dancer, breaking away from the choreography, moving to a beat of their own. Disruptive brands don't just position themselves in an existing market, they create a new one. They don't just aim to get a piece of the pie, they bake a whole new pie, one that's so enticing, so different, it eventually disrupts the existing market. Think about the first time you heard about streaming movies at home, instead of renting DVDs, or booking a ride with a tap on your phone instead of hailing a taxi. These are perfect examples of disruptive marketing. They're about spotting gaps, identifying unmet needs, and finding innovative ways to satisfy those needs. Disruptive marketing is about daring to be different. It's about having the courage to take risks, to experiment, to fail, and to learn from those failures. It's about embracing change, not fearing it. Remember, the marketplace is a dynamic, ever-evolving entity. What worked yesterday might not work today, and what works today might not work tomorrow. In this fast-paced, ever-changing landscape, disruption is not just an option, it's a necessity. If you're not disrupting, you're being disrupted. So, how can we do it right? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this fascinating world of disruptive marketing and explore how you can harness its power to stay ahead in 2024. But before we start, please help me to continue to grow this channel and subscribe below. And I will continue to provide information to help your business on the internet. Thanks. And as always, like and comment below. It all helps. Remember when getting a taxi meant hailing one on the street or calling a local taxi company? Those days seem like a distant memory, don't they? This is largely thanks to a company that needs no introduction. Uber. Uber burst onto the scene with a simple, yet revolutionary concept: ride sharing. This was a game changer. Instead of hailing a taxi, or calling a local cab service and waiting for what felt like an eternity, you could now request a ride with a few taps on your smartphone. Uber's app would then connect you with nearby drivers who were using their own cars to provide the service. Uber's disruption was not just about convenience, it was about breaking down barriers and changing the way we thought about transportation. It was about empowering people to take control of their commuting needs and providing an alternative to traditional taxi services. But the shockwaves of Uber's disruption extended far beyond the taxi industry. It set a precedent that touched every corner of the transportation industry. Car rental agencies were suddenly competing with a service that was more convenient, often cheaper, and just as reliable. Public transportation systems had to rethink their strategies and offerings to keep up with this new form of transportation. Uber's disruptive model also encouraged a new wave of entrepreneurs to think outside the box. It sparked a rise in the gig economy, where people could use their personal assets, like their cars, to generate income. This created opportunities for millions of people worldwide and changed the employment landscape in a significant way. However, Uber's journey was not without its challenges. It faced regulatory hurdles, pushback from traditional taxi services, and criticism over its treatment of drivers. But despite all this, Uber persevered, evolved, and continued to disrupt. Uber didn't just disrupt the taxi industry, it reinvented it. It challenged the status quo, pushed boundaries, and showed the world that with a simple idea and the right execution, you can change an entire industry. It's a powerful lesson for us all, and a true testament to the power of disruptive innovation. How about when finding a place to stay for vacation meant booking a hotel room? Remember those days? Well, Airbnb certainly turned that notion on its head, didn't it? Airbnb, a company that started from a simple idea of renting out an air mattress in an apartment, has become a global phenomenon. It's a classic example of a disruptive marketing strategy that has challenged the status quo of the hospitality industry. By offering a platform where anyone with a spare room or a vacant house can turn it into a temporary haven for travelers, Airbnb has become a formidable force in the accommodation sector. But what's even more fascinating is how this disruption has fundamentally changed the way people travel and stay. It's not just about finding a place to sleep anymore. It's about finding a home away from home, experiencing a new city like a local, and making meaningful connections with hosts around the world. Let's take a moment to appreciate the audacity of this disruption. Airbnb took on the hospitality industry, an industry steeped in tradition and dominated by giants with decades, if not centuries, of experience. They didn't just create a new product, they created an entirely new market and a new way of consuming a service. Airbnb's success lies in its ability to understand and tap into what people really want. They've realized that travelers are not just looking for a bed to sleep in. They're looking for unique experiences, a sense of belonging, and the opportunity to create their own stories. And Airbnb has given them the platform to do just that. The ripple effect of Airbnb's disruption is felt far and wide. It has inspired a wave of similar platforms in different sectors, proving that the power of disruptive marketing is not just in creating a new product, but in changing the way people think and behave. Airbnb not only disrupted the hospitality industry, it changed the way we travel. And that, my friends, is the true essence of a game changer. So, what can we learn from these giants of disruption? Well, first off, the key to their success lies in their ability to innovate. They didn't just tweak what already existed, they completely reimagined it. Uber didn't just improve the taxi service, they revolutionized the way we view and use transportation. Airbnb didn't just offer another booking site, they turned every home into a potential hotel. They dared to dream big, to think differently, and to disrupt the status quo. But innovation alone isn't enough. Successful disruptors are also incredibly customer-centric. They don't just sell products or services, they solve problems. They anticipate their customers' needs, they listen to their feedback, and they continuously strive to provide better value. They understand that in today's competitive market, the customer is king, and they put them at the heart of everything they do. And let's not forget the crucial role of technology. Disruptive companies are often at the forefront of technological advances. They use technology not just as a tool, but as a catalyst for change. They leverage it to create new business models, to improve customer experiences, and to gain a competitive edge. In the digital age, those who fail to embrace technology risk being left behind. The power of disruption in marketing cannot be underestimated. It has the potential to reshape industries, to shift paradigms, and to create new leaders. It forces businesses to adapt, to evolve, and to constantly strive for better. It challenges the status quo and pushes the boundaries of what's possible. But remember, disruption is not a one-size-fits-all approach. It requires a deep understanding of your market, your customers, and your unique value proposition. It requires courage, creativity, and a relentless drive to innovate. So, as we move forward, let's not be afraid to disrupt. Let's challenge the norms, let's think outside the box, and let's strive to provide exceptional value to our customers. Because, as the examples of Uber and Airbnb have shown, when done right, disruption can lead to extraordinary success. Disruption is not just about breaking the rules, it's about rewriting them. So, how can you stay ahead of the curve in 2024? Well, the key lies in crafting a disruptive marketing strategy that shakes up the status quo. So, let's dive into the potential strategies that can help you do just that. Firstly, you need to have a deep understanding of your customer. In this fast-paced digital world, customer behavior evolves rapidly. You need to anticipate their needs, desires, and pain points before they even realize them. Monitor trends, conduct surveys, and utilize data analytics to understand your customer better than they understand themselves. In this way, you can create a product or service that they never knew they needed, but now can't live without. Next, leverage technology to its fullest extent. The 21st century has seen an explosion in technological advances, from artificial intelligence to virtual reality. These technologies are not just fancy add-ons, they can revolutionize the way you market your product or service. For instance, AI can personalize customer experiences in a way that was previously unimaginable, while virtual reality can create immersive experiences that make your brand unforgettable. Then, be ready to take risks. Disruption is inherently risky. It involves challenging the status quo and often going against the grain. But remember, without risk, there is no reward. Don't be afraid to experiment with unconventional marketing techniques or to enter uncharted territories. It's often in these areas that the most significant opportunities for disruption lie. Finally, always keep an eye on the future. The world is changing at a breakneck pace, and what's disruptive today may be commonplace tomorrow. Stay one step ahead by constantly innovating and adapting to the changing landscape. Encourage yourself to think about how you can disrupt your own industries. It's not about outdoing your competitors. It's about rendering them irrelevant by creating a new market space that you alone occupy. Remember, in the world of disruptive marketing, it's not about playing the game. It's about changing it. So dare to be different, dare to disrupt, and most importantly, dare to lead the way into the future. For more information about marketing and making money while on the internet, please go to the description below. Thank you and have an awesome day.